Let's take a look at a cable rear delt fly. First thing first, you want to make sure that the cables are a little above your shoulder height. Then for this, we are going to be crossing the cables. So grab the opposite cable with your opposite hand. Now for this, you can use attachments, but I just hold on to the little ball from the cable machine. From here, you're going to step back to the point where you have some tension on the cables. From here, I really want you to think about pressing out and away from where those cables are. With this movement, you're not going to have much elbow bend at all. Bend in your elbow should be very minimal and it should stay the same throughout the entire movement. Really think about this like you are pressing your arms apart and then backwards. That's going to get us the best movement here. When you are pressing arms apart, you're going to want to press downward just slightly. So see how my hands actually come down as I push backwards? That's the movement pattern that we're looking for here. Now what we want to avoid here is see how the elbows are bending, see how I'm using momentum. We don't want any of that. Now, when we look at this from the side, again, just going to show you how we can set up grabbing the balls on the cable attachment, then stepping back till we have a little bit of tension. We want a nice neutral spine, core engaged. And then here you can see how my hands drift slightly upward and then pressing back and away at a slightly downward angle. We want to maintain a lot of stability throughout our torso. So from our shoulders down to our butt, the whole torso part of the body, we want that to stay really stable. You can use a staggered stance as I show here, or you can keep your feet together. We just want to make sure that you have a nice firm foundation on the ground. Now I want to show you the single arm version of this as well, because this is the same thing, but you might just find that it's a little bit easier for you to set up if the gym is busy or you just prefer it. So setup is going to look similar, but we're going to be using one side of the cable machine. Now for this, we do want to add stability, so you're going to actually hold on to the cable machine, then allow the one arm to draw across your body. Again, cables will be a little above your shoulder height. As you press back, you're really pressing away and slightly downward. Now you'll want to actually step a little bit further back. We don't want to be completely even and parallel with the machine so that we can really allow that arm to stretch across the body fully. What we don't want is we don't want that elbow bending throughout the movement. We don't want a 90-degree angle throughout or at any point in this movement. Again, we want a slight elbow bend throughout the entire movement and it stays the same. So now to show you how to set this up, we want to step far away so that we have tension and so that our arm is stretched across the body when the cable is completely retracted into the machine. Notice how I do have support from the cable machine, but I'm not leaning against it. Again, as I press down and backwards, I'm keeping my wrist as far away from my body as possible, making sure to control the movement and not turning my chest throughout the movement. The chest should stay facing away from the machine at all times. Now to show you this from the back, just so you can see it from this angle, again, chest is staying nice and stable, facing frontwards as my arm is pushing back and away, keeping that wrist as far away from my body as possible. I'll let you look at a couple more reps here, but again, keeping that stability, not using a ton of momentum, not having a change in elbow bend throughout the entire movement. It's staying exactly the same. My arm is drifting across my body as the cable retracts completely into the machine. So in conclusion, you can use either of these variations. They are exactly the same movement. One of them you are just using a single arm version and the other you are using a dual cable machine, but both are equally good and both will get you the same execution. When putting the cables back into the machine, step forward and release one arm prior to the other.